MLB Network's coverage of Major League Baseball is on the air. A good matchup here for you tonight between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Miami Marlins. It's baseball on MLB Network, and it's coming up next. Ricky Nolasco is ready to go as he'll be on the mound for the Marlins. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Well, this guy's kind of unique. How about a 5-pitch repertoire that he has? That gives him a lot of options for both righties and lefties. And if he's on, he could be really tough to hit.
Here comes Jimmy Rollins. And we are set for baseball here this evening. First pitch of the AB on its way. Hit down the line at first. Fielded cleanly, and he'll take this to the bag himself, and there's your first out of the ball game. Time now for a glance at the Phillies batting order in this one. What do we need to know about these guys for this evening's matchup on the road, Dero?
Well, Matty, we know this is a pitcher's park. The numbers bear it out. Look for the managers to play a part in this one. Hopefully the guys listened in the hitters meeting. They're going to stay up the middle, big part of the yard. But when they get on, look for some wheels in motion, some execution, trying to manufacture some runs. I think that's how this lineup will play it out.
Becomes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Pulled toward right center field. Maben will range to his left and put it away. 2 down. Digging in now for Philadelphia, Ryan Howard. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. Now here's the pitch. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And boy, they're really giving him fits inside now as he can't get extended there, and it's 0-2 now. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Got him swinging, made him chase outside the zone that time, and that puts an end to the inning. So a relatively routine start for the top of the first here. Now the Marlins will see what they can do. No score. Roy Halladay, the native of Colorado, gets the start on the mound. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, Matty V, in the day and age of specialty pitches and pitchers, this guy's big pitch is the cut fastball, and it's really turned his career around. It looks like a 4-seam fastball coming in, and it has that late cutting action away from the barrels and into guys at times. It's his primary pitch, and he needs it to survive at this level.
So here is Cameron Maben. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. And the throw to first will be in time, so they stamp out the bunt attempt. Time now for a glance at the Marlins lineup card in this one. Dero, what you got on this lineup tonight?
Taking a look at this lineup, they're going to have to work the count. That's the key to success right here. They have to find a way to drive this guy's pitch count up and get into that bullpen as quick as possible.
Next to hit, Chris Coughlin. Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch.
Now that's just a nasty cutter right there. I don't care if that's his cold zone and he doesn't handle that pitch in that well. Most hitters don't get to that.
1 out, nobody on. And he falls behind 0-2. Now here's the pitch. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Ibanez is in his tracks now as he makes the catch for out number 2.
Batting third, the shortstop, number 2.
Now it'll be Ramirez. No one aboard for him, and 2 gone here in the first. And the pitch.
That's why this guy is great. Never misses over the heart of the plate. It's got electric stuff, but pinpoint control to all 4 quadrants.
Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole, 0-2.
Yeah, if he's going to pound the zone with this stuff all game, the offense better step up. Somebody's going to have to pull a trigger a little bit earlier in the count.
Fouled away. And he fouls this one off. 2 out, nobody on. Again, another foul ball. The next 0-2. Still no balls and 2 strikes. The next 0-2 is an off-speed pitch taken for a ball.
Well, that's a pitch right there you gotta just lay off. There's a good chance he's going to throw it on 0-2, and if you can recognize it starting down in the zone, you know it's only going to go down from there.
This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Ibanez gets there for the catch, and that ends the inning. 1-2-3 go the Marlins, and this is still a 0-0 ball game. So here's the cleanup hitter, Jason Worth. First pitch on its way.
Hey, when you're featuring a mid-90s fastball like this pitcher, attack with that pitch. Get ahead. Get the offense on their toes. That opens up the off-speed pitches later in the game.
Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
Beautifully thrown splitter right there. High 80s down in the zone. Looks like a fastball coming, and then boom, the bottom falls out of it. Terrific pitch.
Ready with the 0-2. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning. So the next to bat will be Raul Ibanez. From the stretch. Grounded softly down the line toward first. This gets foul. It's 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
Boy, so far early into this one, this guy's pitching really well, and I'm a big believer in body language. He's getting the ball, he's working really quick, keeping the ball down in the zone, and if you take a look at this guy so far early on, a lot of positive signs. He looks like he brought his good stuff in this one.
And he turns on one, sending it high and deep to right. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. A solo shot here to straightaway right field, and the Phillies grab a 1-0 lead.
Hey, that's the price you pay right there when you try and sneak a fastball past this guy. Power hitter, and every power hitter in the league knows you got to start with the numero uno, number 1, man. You got to get on the heater and adjust to everything else, and he did just that.
Into the box, Polanco. As he connects on the first pitch with a fly ball to center, and that'll get down for a base hit.
I'm shocked he got to that pitch right there. In today's game of loading up, leg kicks, toe taps, dropping the hands, trying to create launch angle, that high heater usually gets by.
The batter will be Shane Victorino. He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. Victorino is simply an all-around great defensive outfielder. Not only does he have great range and great hands, he's also got a plus arm, one that base runners and base coaches certainly have to be mindful of.
Absolutely. When you are in the meeting room preparing for this guy, it is the first thing that jumps off the page. Do not take the extra base.
Ross is over, and he puts it away in foul ground for the second out. And now here is Carlos Ruiz. He's set, now the pitch. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Goodness, 0-2 now.
Ooh, wait, that was an ugly swing. I'm sure he's not going to watch that one on replay after the game.
Phillies have an early 1-0 lead here in inning number 2. Count remains at 0-2. And another foul ball. The 0-2 once more.
Count is 1-2.
Well, I think that pitch is the result of a lot of foul balls. He might have tried to do a little bit too much with it, trying to get him to swing through it, but it just ended up taking off on him.
Here comes the 1-2. He is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. But the Phils tack on one more on this solo home run. We'll go to the bottom of the second. It's now 1-0 Philadelphia. Leading off the inning, it'll be Dan Uggla as they'll look to spark the offense and even things up. First pitch coming. Here it is. Oh, 1. Here's the pitch. Boy, he comes back with a beautiful pitch there, and he's dominating this at-bat. It's 0-2 now.
After that off-balance swing right there, you find yourself down 0-2 and wishing you were back on deck with the donut on your bat, visualizing hitting a home run.
Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. And he struck him out.
Pitching 101 is changing location and upsetting the hitter's timing. You do that, and everything's going to be fine. In that strikeout, he never threw the same pitch twice in a row, and he won the battle because of it.
Into the box now, Cody Ross. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is James Kingsley.
Dan, I know I was an offensive player, but I'm okay being a pitcher's umpire. If you're going to consistently pound that outer half, James Kingsley's usually going to give it to you.
Hey, listen, there's a reason why the pitchers throughout the league, they call him the king of the hill. You move the ball a little bit off the strike zone, he's not afraid to put that arm up. He's a very good pitcher's umpire.
So we got him swinging. Cody Ross becomes out number 2 this inning. Now here's the first offering.
You rarely see a pitcher of this quality throw one right down the middle, and man, as a hitter, probably a good chance you're not going to see that pitch again.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1.
Ball, action time.
Timing just a tick off there as this one's fouled off to the right. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And it's fouled away. Struck him out, so he makes quick work of him here. 3 straight strikeouts, and the side is retired. Miami down in order. They still trail 1-0. So here now is the pitcher, Roy Halladay. 9-1-2 due up. First pitch on its way. And here's a ball hit in the air. Right fielder coming on, and he tracks it down. Nice play for the first out.
The batter, number 11, shortstop, Jimmy Rollins.
So the Phillies batting order turns over and set to go. Jimmy Rollins 0 for 1 for him here in this one. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Hit in the air down the right field line. Right fielder giving chase. He makes the play. Really had to hustle to get to that one. 2 gone now. Next to hit is Chase Utley. He flew out in his last AB. First pitch of the AB on its way. High in the air down the right field line. Long run for the right fielder, and he makes the catch in the corner. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia. They lead it 1-0. Now to bat, Gabby Sanchez. He starts off the inning against a guy who struck out the side last inning. How did they get to him here?
I'm not sure, Matt, that they want to stay as patient. He's been throwing a lot of strikes. They might want to start swinging a little bit earlier in the count.
First pitch on the way. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike 1.
The offense better get it going right here, because they certainly can tell from their dugout this guy is carrying himself with a presence out on the mound. He's got feel for all his pitches.
Popped up. And there's out number 1. Next to stand in is Ronnie Paulino. And now the first pitch. Back up the middle. And the Marlins have their first hit of the game.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dan. Sent it back right where it came from.
Stepping in now, Ricky Nolasco, as he'll go after a hard sinker that time and falls behind 0-1. Runners on first with one down. Swings through it for strike number 2. Comes back with the cut fastball for strike 3 called, and there are 2 down.
Runner on first in a double play situation, so you expect to see a lot of pitches down in the zone. So I think that pitch up right there was a good one. Obviously, the double play is more efficient, but you're always going to take a K when you're on the mound.
So now to the plate, Cameron Maben, as he will take a fastball in there at the knees for strike 1. A runner on first with 2 away. Has a look, now the pitch. Here's a blooper out toward left center. Rollins onto the grass. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. Marlins leave 1. They're on the short end of a 1-0 score. Now at the plate, Ryan Howard. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch. Line drive, base hit to right.
Now batting, right fielder, Jason.
Standing in now, Jason Worth, as he'll get caught chasing a bad one there at strike 1. Looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at bat. The 0-1 delivery. In the air to straightaway center field. Center fielder on the run. Oh, and a great diving catch for the first down. At the plate now, Raul Ibanez. And on the first pitch, he grounds foul. Perhaps he can drive another one out of the park just like he did back in the second. Now a swing and a softly hit ground ball.
There's another pitch for a strike, and this guy's really attacking hitters well tonight, being aggressive early on, and if he continues to throw strikes like he is, he's going to have a pretty good night.
Another one sent foul.
Hey, usually the second time through the order you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff, but this guy's locating, feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Ross is back in plenty of time to put this away, however, and there are 2 gone. So with the fly out there coming on the fastball, seems like an appropriate time to check out our pitch speed comparison for these 2 starters. And we've got 2 guys bringing some serious gas for you, as you see there. Top speeds 96 and 97. Stepping in once again is Polanco. He collected a base hit his first time up. From the belt, kicks and deals.
Ball 1, no strike.
From the stretch. Hit softly on the ground to third. Throw to second for the force out, and the side is retired. Phillies strand 1, but they lead it 1-0. Ready to go in the bottom of the 4th, and standing in the rookie outfielder Chris Coughlin. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
Hey, struggling to find the release point of that curveball. That wasn't a very good one. Somehow he's just got to find that feel, because that's a pitch he's going to need going forward.
Fouled off. Here comes the 1-2.
Ball inside.
Still even at 2-2. Again, he sends it out of play. The 2-2 one more time. And again, he's unable to keep it fair, but he's putting together quite a battle at the plate.
I know the fans love the souvenirs, but the battle between the pitcher and batter right here is what makes the game great.
Ainley just wear him down as this one swung on and missed for the first out.
That was a good job tying him up inside on that strikeout pitch. It wasn't even in the strike zone, but with the hitter protecting with 2 strikes, that's the kind of pitch you can get him to offer at, and he's probably not going to do much with it when he does make contact.
In now, Ramirez. As the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Now here it comes. Behind 0-2 now. 1 out, nobody on. Fouled away. And he looks at a ball, 1-2.
He didn't look overly fooled right there, because a lot of pitchers will go to the breaking stuff 0-2, but he certainly looked ready for a breaker on that pitch.
Here comes the 1-2.
Outside, that's ball.
These last 2 guys are making him work quite a bit out there. Both have been long at bats, and all in all, he's had to make 13 throws just to them so far.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. He's through first and hustling for second, but that'll hit off the wall in left center, and he'll reach second now with 1 away.
So up until this point, they've had to bite and scratch for every single thing, but he puts a good swing on this one and nearly knocks it out of the park. So we'll see if it's contagious and his partner can pick him up right here.
Into the box now, Dan Ugla, as he will look at a curveball right on the black. Apparently, it's strike one. Left side, reined in, and that's the second out.
The right fielder, number 12, Cody Ross.
Ready now for the Marlins, Cody Ross. A base knock to the outfield could score the tying run from second. First pitch on its way, and he fouls this one off. Breaking ball that drops in for a strike.
On 0-2 here, he doesn't have to give in with a great pitch to hit. He's got a base open, so he has to focus on making a good pitch right here.
0-2. Here it is. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2.
As a hitter, you got to be staunch in your game plan. You know he has a nasty changeup, and you got to fight to make sure it's in the zone. That's a great take right there.
Got him swinging, and that's the third out. One left for Miami. They're down 1-0. All ready to go in the top of the 5th. And standing in is the veteran outfielder, Shane Victorino. He's set. Here it comes. Here comes the 0-1. Ground ball right side. Scooped up. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away. Now at the plate, here is Carlos Ruiz. He went down on strikes in his last at-bat. Here it comes. A 1 pitch on its way. Hit sharply on the ground. And there's out number 2.
Now batting, the pitcher, Roy Halladay.
Next to hit will be the pitcher, Roy Halladay. Flew out last time up. He's ready. Here's the first pitch. High and deep down the left field line. And it's a foul ball. Into the corner and slicing foul. 1 run on 3 hits and no errors on the ledger for the Phillies to this point. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Phillies down in order, but they're up 1-0.
2.
Stepping up is Jorge Cantu. He'll start things out in the home half of inning number 5. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1.
Hey, make no mistake about it, this lineup's going to have to get going and get a little bit more aggressive. This guy's pounding the zone.
Good pitch there down below the zone. Got him to go after it.
Got him to chase after the curveball below the zone there. That was a really nice pitch, and it can be a really tough one to lay off of as a hitter.
Here comes the 1-2. And it's fouled away. Had to wait back on the changeup, and he did a good job just to make contact. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Fouled off. Here's another 1-2.
Hey, have an AB right here. I know it's frustrating the heck out of the pitcher. You keep fouling these pitches off, maybe one misses over the heart of the plate.
And he can only battle for so long as he's finally set down here after an 8-pitch at-bat.
Man, this guy's on his game today, not only when he's throwing strikes, but how about the amount of strikeouts? And what's even more impressive, no walks up to this point. So he's pounding that zone with strikes, and he's making these hitters swing the bat.
Stepping in now, Gabby Sanchez, as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball, 1-0. He popped out in his first trip. The 1-0 is swung on and missed, strike 1.
Hey, I can understand this batter's frustration right here. He's trying to be aggressive and get something going for his team. They are getting shut out in the 5th inning, but that's exactly why they're getting shut out. You need to keyhole and stay on the attack and make this pitcher come in the middle of the plate.
Now here's the pitch. And he struck him out, and that's 8 strikeouts thus far.
2 up, 2 down on strikes in this inning. He looks really sharp out there, guys.
At the plate, Ronnie Paulino. As he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. Trying to avoid becoming the 3rd strikeout victim of the inning here. Set to deliver the 0-1. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Pitch on the way.
Man, he's in control of all his weapons right here. 1 strike away from 5 shutout innings.
Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins. It remains 1-0. Now into the box, Jimmy Rollins. He's bounced out and flown out in his first 2 plate appearances. He's set, and the pitch. As he can't make contact and is tied up here, it's strike 1.
Although he doesn't use that pitch too much, if he's able to steal some strikes early in the count, could be something they have to think about.
A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Swinging a ball hit softly on the ground. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th. Next to dig in, Chase Utley. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ballgame. First pitch on its way. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. Oh, and 1 count, and the pitch. Yanked on the ground down the line, but this will get foul for strike 2. Ready with the 0-2. And this is swung out and missed, so it's 2 up, 2 down to start the 6th inning.
I always like watching pitchers that attack with their fastballs until there's a reason to start mixing it up. He hasn't needed many of his secondary pitches so far in this one, and there was another good fastball for a strikeout there.
So now to the plate, Ryan Howard, as with 2 away, he'll swing and miss at the first pitch. It's 0-1. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. High fly ball out to straightaway center. And no trouble for him as he makes the catch to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia, but they hold a 1-0 lead. Now to the plate, the pitcher, Ricky Nolasco. He'll start things out in the 6th for a lineup that really hasn't found its groove in this one.
Yeah, let's see if he can work a walk, maybe a knock, ground ball with eyes, something. Catch a gap to get this offense going. 2 hits as a team can start demoralizing your confidence. But if he can get on, start some traffic in motion, we might have something.
First pitch of the AB on its way. Grounded back up the middle. Fielded cleanly. And the inning begins with a quick out number 1.
Not a lot you can do with that pitch. That fastball just ate him up inside and gets the soft grounder for the out.
So the batting order turns over now and set to go Cameron Maben. Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch.
Count 1-0.
The 1-0. Chopped weakly to the left. The 1-1 home is a bunt attempt, but he missed it.
I ain't mad at you right there. I understand. He's trying to get the offense going right there. Wasn't able to execute, but nice thought process.
Fouled away. And he punches out another one, make it 9 for the ball game.
It's always nice to keep a guy that has good wheels off base, and that's just what they did right there. Big strikeout, keep that guy off the base path.
At the plate now, Chris Coughlin. He pulls this one high and deep to right center field. And that'll get down out there for extra bases. And he will pull into second with a 2-out double. Finally, a little something for them to get excited about.
Yeah, a rally can begin with a single swing of the bat, and this might be their chance right here. They've struggled to produce a lot of runs, but there he is at second base. A shot to the outfield scores him. Then who knows what kind of roll they can get on. Got to take it one good at-bat at a time.
To the plate now, Ramirez, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike 1.
One of the biggest factors on how long you're going to go to start is how many first pitch strikes you throw. 80% usually means you're going to have a pretty good day, and that's on the menu so far.
Out in front of a fastball as this is ripped down the left field line. That's going to be a fair ball. He's in at second safely as a run comes across to score on the play, tying the ball game.
Well, he was almost out of the inning. The last two batters showed him that you can't lose focus on the mound, even if you get 2 quick outs. Back-to-back doubles shows you just how quickly things can get away from you.
Now time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound. Into the box now, Dan Uggla, as he will take a look at strike one on a fastball right down the pipe. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul.
Yeah, he's got these hitters in the proverbial rocking chair right here, pushing the throttle and pulling it. Nice change of speeds.
A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2. And he will strike him out. 10 now in the ball game, and the inning is over. A big-time strikeout and some raw emotion as he gets out of the jam. On to the back third tonight. Stick around on MLB Network. Yeah, and it's resulted in a game that could really go either way in these late innings. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Strike two, swinging just out in front of the slider.
His command has been outstanding so far, hitting nearly all of his spots, and that's been a big factor why he's been so successful up to this point.
Looking to punch him out again. The pitch. Got him on the good slider there. Swung on and missed as he's down on strikes for the second time tonight.
Well, pitching domination continues. Just a total of 2 runs on the board, so both of these starters should feel really good about their showings. If you love good pitching, this has been the game for you.
Stepping in now, Raul Ibanez. Shot down the line. It's a fair ball. Legs churning. He's headed for second. And he is into second base with 1 away as the go-ahead run.
Well, he was definitely not looking off speed on that pitch. I'll tell you, he had to be sitting on a fastball on that one because it's coming in hot, and he still manages to get out front of that and yank it for 2 bases.
Into the box, Polanco. As he'll swing and hit this one hard, but foul off to the left and out of play. A hit and 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. 0-1 pitch on its way. A bouncer to the left side. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
The center fielder, number 8, Shane Victorino.
Next, it'll be Shane Victorino, runner in scoring position with 2 gone. First pitch on its way as he lines it hard to the right side, but out of play. Go ahead runs in scoring position here with 2 down. And that's into the corner, a foul ball and right.
Hey, he finds himself down 0-2 with the quickness. I know he's a great 2-strike hitter, but this at bat, he's going to have to find a way to nickel and dime and get this thing back to even.
Nothing into the pitch. Swung on in the dirt for the 3rd strike. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. 1 hit, 1 left. On now to the bottom of inning number 7. All tied at 1-1. Striding in is Cody Ross. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game. First delivery to him. High and deep to right center. Victorino's there to make the catch for out number 1.
Now batting, third baseman, Jorge.
Up next from Miami, Jorge Cantu. He's hoping to avoid the hat trick. He struck out in each of his first 2 plate appearances so far. Now here's the pitch.
Inside, ball 1.
Hey, curveball that kind of backed up on him right there. Might have popped out of his hand just a little bit earlier than he intended.
Looked like the sinker there dipped a little below the knees.
Couple strikeouts early in the game, but he's done a much better job in this at bat trying to get ahead and put himself at a good hitter's count.
And he fouls this one off. And it's fouled away. 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. He struck him out the 3rd time he's fanned in the game.
That was a big strikeout there, guys. The best pitchers have the ability to strike guys out when they really need to, and that second out was really important at this point of the game. Could be something we look back on later when the game's over.
Standing in now, Gabby Sanchez, as he'll take a look at a curveball that misses wide for ball 1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Fly ball out to straightaway right. And that will conclude matters here in the 7th. Miami down in order. Score remains tied 1-1. Now the skipper's on his way out toward the home plate area, and I believe that means we're going to have a double switch here. Badenhop's been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th. And now Carlos Ruiz. He bounced out last time up. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Now a ball hit pretty well to left, but this is going to wind up in the seats foul.
Put that in a memory bank. First time he breaks out a curveball right there, and it's a pretty good one.
Fouled off. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Center fielder on the run, but he won't get there. It falls in.
Now batting, the pitcher.
At the plate now, Roy Halladay, as he'll square to try and move that runner over, but misses for the first strike.
He doesn't even have to look down at the third base coach right here. That sac bunt is definitely staying on.
Now a bunt attempt here. Sanchez is there, and he has it for the out. And they'll put the tag on him heading back to first. It's a double play. Here's a look at the final line for the Marlins starting pitcher. He was great all night long.
Hey, one of the things you can't control as a starting pitcher is whether you're going to win or lose the game. He pitched awfully well in this one. As of right now, he's in line for a no decision.
So now to the plate, Jimmy Rollins. As he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Weak grounder down the first baseline. But this will be a foul ball as he's behind 0-2 now. Now a swinging bunt. Got him swinging in the dirt. And the throw to first ends the inning. Down quickly go the Phillies. Score remains deadlocked at 1. At the plate now is Ronnie Paulino. Now the first pitch. And a swing from him yields a foul pop out of play to the right. The windup and the 0-1. Liner towards second, but this will be taken in at second base. Good positioning for the first out.
The batter, number 21.
Into the box, number 21, and he's getting his first plate appearance here in the 8th after entering off the bench just a little bit ago. Pitch on the way. Grounded to the right. A diving effort here as he gets a glove on it. Throw will not be in time at first. A good effort that time, but not enough to prevent them from getting a one-out base runner. As we take a look at his numbers, a couple of things jump out at you.
And here's the thing from a pitcher's perspective. You look at this line and you think, wow, he's been sitting guys down all game long, and that's true. But on the flip side, his pitch count is up there. You have to wonder if he might be starting to get a little bit tired in this one.
Yeah, and in today's game, everyone seems to want to err on the side of caution in terms of pitch counts. Here's the Philadelphia manager on his way out to the mound now. And a change is forthcoming, as that's going to do it for his starter here this evening. He'll depart with our score tied, and he'll still be accountable for the runner at first. And the best he can do is a no decision in this one. Number 59 will take the ball now as the new pitcher.
Number 59.
At the plate, Cameron Maben, as he takes a called strike at the knees, hits 0-1. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Comes set, and the 0-1. Ball 1.
This is a tough guy to turn 2 on. It's got to be hit hard. If you're an infielder, you've got to catch it and get rid of it quickly.
The 1-1. Possible go-ahead runs on first, 1 away. Swing and a liner. Oh, and he has some trouble with it. And with that, the go-ahead runs up to second now with only 1 away.
The left fielder, number 8, Chris.
In now, Chris Coughlin, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Fooled him with that one as he's way out in front. Runners are at first and second with 1 away. Swing and a miss, and they'll dodge a major bullet that time. 2 away. Got him with a good high fastball there. Danny, we see a lot of that pitch in strikeout situations these days. What makes it so effective?
I think, Matt, what makes it such a tough pitch is you're changing eye levels. That fastball up looks so enticing to hit that you think you see that ball as a hitter. You think you can drive it, but it's really hard to get on top of that good, high, hard fastball.
Into the box, Ramirez. High and deep to left center field. Back goes Victorino at the track, but he has no chance to make the play. It's off the wall. And not in time as the second run scores.
Boy, that's a huge base hit right there, Duval. We're getting late into this one, and that gives them the lead by 2.
Yeah, that could be a backbreaker right there. We'll see how this one ends up, but nice job to get that knock right there to drive in a pair.
To the plate now, Dan Uggla, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. Trying to add some padding to their lead in the form of that run standing out there at second base. Here comes the 0-1. Now a swing and a miss at a slider for a strike.
Hey, down in the count 0-2, I'd like to see a little choke and poke right here. Maybe work it up the middle or opposite field with 2 strikes.
Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Got him! And he goes down on strikes for the 3rd time. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We played 8 full. It's the Marlins 3 and the Phillies 1. Now we're going to have a conference at the home plate area, so it would appear that we'll see a double switch here. Number 46 enters from the bullpen to do the pitching. All set to start the 9th in this one, and that'll give way to the rookie second baseman, Chase Utley.
Looking for base runners here as they're down 2 playing on the road. Not an easy thing to do, trying to score runs or bunch hits together off of a closer.
The 0-1. Pulled toward right center field. Ross is there. 1 quick out to start inning number 9. That was a tough play, so let's take another look at it with Showtrack. Seemed to get a solid read off the bat, took a good angle at it, and he covered over 100 feet to make the grab. And I'm sure he'll be getting some high fives for that one. Stepping in now, Ryan Howard, as it's grounded sharply to first. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
Now batting, right fielder, Jason Worth.
And now it'll be the cleanup spot for the Phillies, Jason Worth. And he needs to make something happen. They're down to their final out here in the ninth. From the stretch, as he'll cut on and miss it, a good slider at the knees for strike one.
You have to find a way in this situation to look in that on-deck circle and find a way to get your best hitter to the plate with a chance to tie it.
Now the 0-1. And this is swung on and missed, so now they find themselves down to their final strike tonight.
Hey, you want someone sometimes to rattle the bat rack, but also the guy on the mound's got to eat too. They're executing their pitches out there. It's going to be tough to score some runs.
Philly down to their last strike. High and deep down the left field line. But this will wind up being a foul ball. And now a crowd reported at over 28,000 rise to their feet. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1 and 2. 2 out, nobody on. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Man, we were treated to a nice pitcher's duel in this one. Both starters throwing strikes. They worked deep, and both were in command of the game. It really came down to a few key at-bats. This was a fun game to watch.
Tonight's ball game comes to a close, 3-1 the final. Miami came through late, taking the lead in the 8th to secure the victory. Badenham takes home the win. Roy Halladay takes the loss despite striking out 11 batters. So that's a wrap for us here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac and Heidi Watney on the field, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB Network. Have a good night, everybody.
Final line score tonight. First, for the victorious Miami Marlins, 3 runs on 7 hits, no errors. They left 4 men on base. For Philadelphia, 1 run, 5 hits, no errors. They left 3 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 40 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.